What's up, YouTube? Mr. Llamas C here, and today I am going to be redoing or doing a new version of how to install Plugy. This is probably the most asked question, I would say. Besides, do you get tired of hearing the same question over and over again by viewers and YouTube comments and everything like that? So I'm going to try and explain how to get Plugy 1.14, which is the latest version, or Plugy 1402, but it's basically for the 1.14D version, the latest version of Diablo, onto your computer. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So the first thing is, we'll bring up Plugy, their survival kit. So you just go to the Plugy site, right? You can just Bing Plugy or whatever, plugy.free.fr right here. And this is where you'll be able to download it. So you scroll down and you can just download whichever. I did the zip version. For me, that was easy. So I just downloaded the zip and then extracted that to my downloads. So I will go ahead and let me go to my downloads folder really fast here. And then we can see it in here. There it is. Perfect. So here you go. Plugy Survival Kit 1402 right here. Just extracted it. And this is what it's going to come with. It's going to come with these files, some readmes, whatever, and then these files in here. All you're going to do is you're going to take a version of Diablo 4. So here you can see I have my program files, or Diablo 2, not Diablo 4. I have the folder Diablo 2. So I literally just, this is actually my base one. So I copied it and then I pasted it. And it'll create a Diablo 2 base copy. Okay? So you're just going to do this. Then when it's done copying, perfect. You can just come in here, and I just renamed mine, so you can rename yours as well to like Plugy folder, whatever you want to name it. Okay. You come in here, you grab your survival kit, literally just copy everything right there, and paste it into here. Do that for all items. And boom, you now have this. Now, the important thing is you want to make sure that this game, this Diablo 2 game.exe, or Diablo, this one right here, Diablo2.exe, is a 1.14D game, right? So make sure that, and that's why I copy over my base folder. Yours is probably this folder. I just have mine as this. I copy this one over because this is the base folder for me. And so this is going to have my 1.14D version of Diablo 2. So then you come in here and you should be pretty good to go. Now, things that you're going to want to change and adjust. The first thing is if you open up plugy.ini, right? So just this file right here. You can change active windowed to 1. This is what I changed, because I wanted to make sure that I was playing on windowed version. That way it doesn't full screen and be all annoying and whatnot. So I changed that to 1. And then I personally just created the save folder as save. This is initially set to 0, and so it'll create a folder called whatever, mod plugy or whatever it decides. I just wanted it to be called save. Now this folder is going to be different, right? So in your other version of Plugy, so if I go back right here, if you're using old Plugy, I should say, this was my initial one, and so I have it through D2SE 1.13. This is where my save folder is. You can see it's lodged in and stuck down within the core of D2SE here. But for 1.14, it uses a different save location. It uses this one, which is users, and then whatever your username is, saved games, Diablo 2, right? So it uses the 1.14 save location, and here you can see this is the save folder that I have created right here. And so this is now the folder where everything needs to go. So all I did was I grabbed all of my files from this other save area right here. I just copied all of this and then pasted it into this save area right here. And then once I did this, all of that was done. Now, once again, that's if you are upgrading and moving from an older version of Plugy. If you are not, then you're perfectly fine to go, right? You don't need to do any of that stuff. Your save folder will automatically create in this area, so you don't have to create it. And then you should just be perfectly fine. And you don't need to do anything about like moving the characters, moving the save file, anything like that over, as everything will be right there. And that pretty much is it. It's a very simple install now. It's a lot easier to just get it working. And like I said, it works with your latest version, so you don't have to worry about going and getting an older version of the game and doing all of that, yada, yada, yada. And then, of course, just create a shortcut for it, so then you can just run the game. And you should now have Plugy. And of course, if you want to do anything with these things, like automatically set players at the start, or have the Stone of Jordan sold, or whatever it is, all of that stuff, you can change those things in your plugy.ini, right? In this folder, this is where you can change all of these different things. You know, for the world event, do I want the world event on or not? This is Diablo clone right here. And, you know, all of this. Do you want Ubers? Do you want all of this? Do you want the Ubers to spawn minions? Because they do that now. Yada, yada, yada. So all of this stuff is in here for changing it. And then there's a lot of things with this that are now different. So you can see there's now all of this for like naming the pages, right? So this is it. This is my full rejuvenation potions page, shared pages, you know, whatever stuff, right? So all of these things are now in here. And there's just a lot more that you can do. You can rename characters. There's all the stuff is on the Plugy site for the changes that they've made. But hopefully this guide was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments below. And thank you. Peace, YouTube. Have a good one, you guys.